Welcome to Bottles and Bites Without Borders, where every sip and every bite tell a story. Rob is your host. Each week, he will take you on a delicious journey, from vineyard tales and distillery secrets to culinary traditions. So, grab a favorite drink, a plate of something tasty, and join us for another adventure with Bottles and Bites.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode. We are glad to have you back, and we are doing something we haven't done in a while, and we're doing something my wife has never done.
Never.
We have done a lot of top 5 episodes. It's one of my favorite things to do when we have friends and people over and we kind of create this list, very subjective. You've never done one.
Nope.
By the way, welcome back to the show.
Well, thank you.
Good to have you here.
Well, it's good to be here.
Are you excited?
I hope.
We're doing our top 5 on a subject that you're a big fan of. I mean, you could eat this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yes, I could.
Yeah. We're doing top 5 cereals of all time. Now, I hope that, you can apply your own criteria to this. And I applied mine. But I mean, let's be honest. We're not talking about you and I both. I'm in my 50s. You're in your 30s. See how I'm nice to you?
Thank you.
You're very welcome. We're not talking about the cereals that we eat today because we're trying to be a little healthy. We're talking about the greatest cereals of all time. And that means what? What does that mean to you?
Sugar.
That's my girl, loaded with sugar.
Sugar.
So good. I'm glad that you and I are on the same page with that.
Yes, I think so.
Was this hard for you?
I started out going to what I used to eat as a kid and maybe a little bit as an adult. And then I was like, well, I got my cereals that I used to like, but I don't eat those anymore. So then I started to go to more of the ones that I do eat. So I was kind of iffing. And
again, this is greatest cereals of all time.
But
not what you eat.
I know. We clarified some more. We had some conversations and we clarified. So I think I'm right on the cereals that I liked of all time. And I'm still going back to my very old, reminiscent of childhood.
That's, to me, what it should be. Because if you're going to eat cereal that makes you smile and feel good, that's what we're going to. If we're going to splurge on a bowl of cereal, then we're going to go with something loaded with sugar.
Yeah, of course.
That's the classics. Today, we try to eat, the more, what do we
less
eat?
Cereal.
Yeah. Well, we eat less cereal. We don't eat cereal very often anymore. But if we did, it would be something like, what were the ones? Special K.
I love it.
Yeah, you love Special K. I'm trying to think of the other one that we would get. Total.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we don't eat a lot of cereal anymore. But this episode's about the top 5 greatest cereals. So you have to go back in your mind as a kid. And what were the ones that when you went to the store and mom might allow you to pick out 1 or 2 boxes of cereal? I mean, what are you pulling off the shelf? That's kind of what this list is comprised of. And for me, there's a lot of great cereals that we grew up with. And, we keep saying it. A lot of sugary cereals that we grew up with. They're still on the shelf today. I don't think we let our kids eat cereal the way we did growing up.
No.
Yeah. Boy, we're bad parents, I guess.
Well, on
they still had it.
They
They
would
still had it.
add it in there.
Once in a while, but not like we did.
No.
So to me, just thinking about this list kind of brought back a lot of memories of growing up. It brought back memories of a Saturday morning, especially.
Yep.
Still getting up early because as kids, we didn't sleep in when you were 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. You still got up pretty early. And I can remember, 7. Why are you making that face?
Yeah, we'd still get up
You're
early.
looking at me like I
just
slept
remembering.
in.
No.
Oh, okay. Because I would remember getting up and, wanting to watch the classic cartoons. That might be another show. Your top 5 classic cartoons.
Oh, Saturday morning cartoons.
Saturday mornings. And by the way, I say Saturday because that was the day you didn't have to go to school.
Right.
We still got up and had a bowl of cereal and we watched some TV shows / cartoons on weekdays too. I can remember watching He-Man and having a cereal. I can remember watching...
before school?
Sure.
I never did.
The Three Stooges or the Little Rascals or the Lone Ranger.
Those weren't before school. Those were maybe on a Saturday.
Not where I lived.
Wow.
Every morning. He-Man especially. The Masters of the Universe.
Wow.
Did you ever watch He-Man?
No.
I mean, it's kind of a boy cartoon.
Yeah, no. Never watched it.
Just quickly, some of your favorite Saturday cartoons?
The Bugs Bunny Show.
Yeah,
Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes was really good. Mm-hmm. Give me Bugs Bunny. Who else? What else? Do you like Yosemite Sam?
Yes, because he was always with Bugs Bunny. I like Daffy Duck.
Daffy Duck was good. What about
Yosemite Sam?
No, I say, old boy.
Yeah,
the old big rooster.
Yes,
what was
I
his
can't
name?
think of his name right now. But yes,
I did a pretty good impression.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, these are memories.
The Jetsons.
I don't. Did we watch those on Saturday mornings?
I did.
Okay, because I was going, man, early.
Well, that's another show.
Oh, okay. That would be another show, but we're gonna have to tie that into Food, Wine, and Whiskey. I don't know how we tie cartoons into that, but you got me fired up, and I'm kind of excited to do that show now. So coming soon, top 5 cartoons growing up, and I feel bad for kids today.
Why?
Because they're like, their show would be top 5 YouTube creators. What's a cartoon that kids watch? I'm talking about kids past the age of 6. Because I'm sure they still have. I don't
know. There might be some. We just don't have kids that age to.
I don't know. We know kids. We know people with kids that age.
I think there's shows.
I know there was Caillou and things. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about cartoons.
Yeah, I'm sure there are cartoons. We're just not in tune with all that. That's not in our lifestyle now.
I'll look into it and we'll get back when we do our cartoon episode. I like that. Okay, so. I got back to the question that I asked you early on. Was it hard for you to make this list?
No, not really.
Really? How about your top 5? Was it hard to? Here's how I put mine. My 1 and number 2, my top 2, pretty easy.
Were your go-to?
Those were my cereals. I can plug those in at 1 and 2. They're locks. 3, 4, and 5. The position in the cereals a little tougher for me. And then my honorable mentions, I went with 3, but I could have went with 30. There's a lot of good cereals.
Really?
Yeah. Dang. On my list, just to give you a little, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cereals that I just popped off the top of my head to make this list.
Wow. I got my 10. Because I don't know if I explored a lot of cereals growing up, because once we picked our cereal that we liked, we had that. But I know some are nostalgia. But like there's one I couldn't remember the name of it, but I think I remember now.
I did put a couple on that I tried, and the reason I put them on, and I was going to mention, just wasn't a big fan. Oh. A lot of kids liked them. I wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
One might be a little controversial, where people would go, "What's wrong with you? You didn't like that cereal? Just didn't like it."
Okay.
But we shall see.
Okay. So, do you want to start?
How do you want to do this? Do you want to go our whole list 5 to 1? You reveal all yours, I reveal all mine, or should we do 5 then 5, 4 then 4?
5, 5, 4, 4.
Okay. Well, ladies first. Lead us off.
No, you go.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right, coming in at number 5 for me, I don't think there will be any question that this is in your top 5 list as well. Mm-hmm. If it's not only me, but the listeners will know there's something wrong with your childhood. I'm just saying. Number 5 is a toasted cereal. It has a bit of crunch and a sprinkle of cinnamon.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Of course.
I wasn't a big fan of that.
Oh my gosh. Everybody, do not be too hard on her.
I was not a big fan of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. No. Mm-mm.
One of the best cereals of all time.
Nope.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's my number 5. What are you pulling in at number 5?
Okay, my number 5. Well, and I don't know how to do this because it had 2 flavors.
Well, you got to pick one.
Well,
I mean, there's lots of these cereals, especially today, that have multiple flavors.
Mine is Rice Krispies. Because I always like the Rice Krispie Pops. But let me give you, there's a caveat to that. I would always...
your list is starting off a little
No,
weak.
it gets better.
Not a lot of sugar in that one.
No.
I'm looking for sugar.
I know. Well, that's the
hey,
thing.
wink, wink. I'm always looking for sugar.
Well, the thing is with that is that Rice Krispies, I would put banana in it. And then this is my house. This is what we did.
Okay.
Rice Krispies, we'd slice up some bananas just for the fruit and then sprinkle tons of sugar. So, yeah, that would be my number 5 because that was something that I remember when it first came out and you'd hear that crackle, smack, pop.
Okay.
And I like the 3, you would just do
I
all
have
that.
one cereal that I, in air quotes here, would call semi-healthy. I don't think it was, but you were made to think it was somewhat healthy.
Yeah.
But I ate it for a different reason. But I did like it. But go ahead with your number 4.
Okay. My number 4. Where is it? Oh, well, Frosted Flakes.
Okay. I'm good with that.
I liked Frosted Flakes.
Tony
and
the Tiger, absolutely.
Loaded with sugar. You didn't have to put any sugar. And then you would you'd eat all the cereal and then the milk was left and you would just drink up that milk full of sugar.
I mean, you would pour that cereal out and you'd see the white on what were supposed to be like cornflakes or Wheated Flakes or whatever they were. It was coated with sugar.
And so that's one from my child. And you had to eat it kind of fast because then it would get soggy.
But was there any did you like Tony the Tiger? What got you to eat that cereal? Was there anything about that cereal, the commercials, or anything? Or is it just, you just tried it one time and you went, that's a sugar rush?
I think it was because my parents liked cornflakes.
Okay.
And I was not a big cornflakes because there's no sugar.
Yeah.
And so I think they may have bought the cornflakes or the Frosted Flakes. And that's when I was like, oh, like Frosted Flakes. So this was a cereal we ate.
Wait, your mom or dad bought it for them and you tried it? Or they were
I think they
nice?
bought it for us or we saw it. To be honest, I don't know how we got into the Frosted Flakes, but I want to say it was probably because of the cornflakes I did not like.
See, Frosted Flakes to me was because of Tony the Tiger.
Yeah, and Tony the Tiger. Yeah, big, yeah.
They're great.
Yeah.
And always at a baseball field, they're doing something outside. Yeah. And so you got this kind of feeling that, well, that's a healthy cereal. Yeah, you eat that to go outside and do stuff. And
so
really wasn't, but okay.
Yeah, that was my number 4.
My number 4, not too dissimilar from yours, other than it didn't have the amount of sugar, but I applied it later. Wheaties.
Wheaties?
Yeah, Wheaties was just a favorite, but here's why.
Because of all the people on the Bucks?
Exactly.
Oh, well, it's not for the cereal. This was a cereal.
But I still liked the cereal very much.
You did?
Oh, absolutely.
That was horrible.
Absolutely. I loved Wheaties.
That was horrible.
You had to put sugar on it, to your point of doing that with Rice Krispies, but it was still very good, yeah. But I loved the Olympics, the different sports, baseball, basketball teams.
Yeah.
You wanted it because, growing up, I was a little sports guy.
Yeah.
So, that drew me to it. Then you eat it and go, hey, it's pretty good. I kind of like it. Now, maybe I was fooling myself, but I don't think so. I think if I ate Wheaties today, I'd still like it.
Well, Wheaties today, maybe. Yeah, I think I would like it too, but as a kid, you don't want Wheaties.
Says the girl who got some Rice Krispies and put a banana on it.
And lots of sugar.
What did I just say with Wheaties?
Well, yeah, but it just tasted weird as a kid. I didn't like Wheaties.
You didn't like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, so I don't know that you have a lot to stand on, my lady.
Okay. Well.
All right, you want me to roll back with number 3?
Yeah.
I'm wondering what you're going to think about this pick.
Okay.
I think, again, I still can't believe Cinnamon Toast Crunch. We don't have either one. Let me ask you this. Is either one that I've named so far in your top 5? And neither one of yours are in mine?
Nope.
It's interesting.
Okay.
Interesting. I'm going to come in very strong. I already know whose list is going to probably win as the best top 5 list. Golden Grahams.
Golden Grahams.
Golden Grahams. Are you telling me you're not familiar with Golden Grahams?
What was Golden Grahams?
A cereal.
But which one was that?
Okay, I'm going to show you a picture.
Yeah, because
you've never heard of Golden Grahams.
I've heard of Golden Grahams. I don't think I ate much of that one. The name sounds really familiar, but I don't remember eating.
I'm starting to
Golden
think
Grahams.
you had a very
We didn't. I tell you, the only
Sad.
time we had cereal was probably on a Saturday. Oh, yeah, that's kind of like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch,
Not really,
but kinda.
but kinda, but not really.
But kinda.
Not really. I mean, sugar-wise, yeah, it
And
was
cinnamon.
loaded. And it's grams. These were, these are healthy. There's no cinnamon on this.
There isn't?
No cinnamon. That's why I say
Then
not
there's
really.
probably not any
Not
flavor there.
Oh, great flavor. Great
Golden
flavor.
grams.
Oh, it's classic. It's probably, I would say if you talk to 100 people, their top 5 cereals, it would be on 90 of them at least.
I
90%.
doubt that.
Oh, come on.
Golden grams.
Golden grams rock.
Yeah,
All right, let's
no.
hear you this number 3. Don't say
Okay.
Raisin Bran.
No,
Okay.
no. Captain Crunch.
Oh, that's solid. That's
I loved Captain Crunch.
okay. What did
See?
it do to the roof of your mouth?
Oh, it tore it up.
Did you stop eating?
No.
No.
Because then that one, I didn't mind if it got a little soggy because then it didn't hurt your mouth.
Yeah. That's a very good point. That's a good point. Some cereals were better soggy than they were fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another one was like that, and we'll see if it comes up. Otherwise, I'll mention it in the.
Is that one on your top?
This one?
Yeah.
Well, do your number 2 because it's back to you.
Okay. This one I had a little problem with flip-flopping number 1 and number 2, but I'll leave it at my number 2. Fruit Loops. Loved Fruit Loops. The Toucan Sam or whatever his name was.
Yep.
Loved it. And you know what? Every now and then I'll still indulge in some Fruit Loops.
Yeah. I liked Fruit Loops. It did not make my top 5, but I think it's a solid pick. I have no problem with that cereal at all. I think it's a solid pick.
Fruit Loops was my jam. That was one of my favorite cereals.
Can I change my number 2 pick?
No.
I can't?
No.
All right.
You have to keep it.
I was between 2, and I went with what you just said, not Fruit Loops.
Captain Crunch?
Captain Crunch. And I thought about, boy, I really like the Berry Crunch too. And I thought about doing that one, thinking you might do Captain Crunch, but I did Captain Crunch only because that's the original. Mm-hmm. That's the classic. That's the one I fell in love with first, and then eventually made my way to Berry. So I figured I needed to put that one on there for that reason. Captain Crunch, I mean, one of the best cereals
I love it.
of all time.
Yeah, the little captain. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like the little captain?
Well, and it was one of the first cereals I remember getting some variations, the Berry Crunch.
Oh, the berries.
And then there was another one too, a Peanut Butter Crunch was the other one I remember.
Oh, yeah. So, I think the kids love the peanut butter crunch.
I did not like the
I didn't like the peanut butter
But
either.
the berry one, I was a fan.
I'm right to the original.
Yeah.
But Fruit Loops was the one that I will still every now and then indulge.
I mean, I haven't had any of these in a long
Loops.
time, but I kind of want to now.
Yeah.
Just kind of go back and reminisce a little bit. Maybe find some old cartoons and put on a Saturday morning. Can we put on some pajamas, have some cereal?
Absolutely. I would love that.
Get our favorite cereals and watch some classic cartoons.
Yes.
We need to do that.
Yes.
Okay.
I would do that.
I like that
For
idea.
sure.
All
Okay.
right.
What's your number 1?
My number 1.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and I know it's going to be.
Everybody in our family knows what my number 1 is. Everybody in Missouri knows what my number 1 is.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you have the honor of saying it.
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles.
Mm-hmm.
Greatest cereal of all time.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Is it in your top 5?
Yep.
It's number 1 for you?
Well, I had it slash because I had Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles.
You can't do that.
So, which is right. I'm going to go with Cocoa Pebbles.
No, you can't. I just asked you on my Captain Crunch and Berry, and you said no.
No, well, I have it written down, Fruity Pebbles / Cocoa Pebbles, because I was like, do I do the Fruity or the Cocoa? And I changed my mind right at the very end when I said Fruit Loops.
I'm not sure this is
Do you want to see my list?
Doesn't matter.
Well, anyway,
You have to
I'm
pick
going
one.
Cocoa Pebbles, and the reason I'm going
Ladies
Cocoa
and gentlemen,
Pebbles.
just took a stance right there. She did.
Yeah. The reason I'm going Cocoa Pebbles is because it makes the milk chocolatey.
Then why didn't you pick that to start?
Well, because I still like Fruity Pebbles too, but I had a feeling
I feel
you
like
might
you
pick
picked
it.
Well,
Do you want to see?
No, I don't. I'm not arguing with you. I'm saying I was like, well, can I change my number 2 after you said Captain Crunch? Because I wasn't sure if you'd put Captain Crunch, and you said no. But here you are putting 2 cereals down in your number 1, going, well, if he's going to say it, I'll say the other one.
No, what you didn't let me, you're not understanding. What I said is that I put them both on there But I was going to pick one or the other, and that's why I'm trying to explain that I had them both on there, Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles. But since we can only choose one, I'm choosing the Cocoa Pebbles because I like the chocolate milk.
Okay.
And you had already
We're going to let
Fruity
her
Pebbles.
slide. I would have just said, you should have just said, well, I said Cocoa Pebbles. And
Well,
we'd have been all good.
I'm trying to be honest.
I know, but by being honest, you're breaking the rules.
Well,
you put
I'm
two
not.
cereals.
It's really Cocoa Pebbles. I could go, well,
I'm just
okay.
teasing. I'm just teasing. I'm giving you
Stop
a hard
giving
time
me a hard
because
time.
I was trying to play that game with Captain Crunch, and I feel like it got shut down pretty quick when I said, "Can I change mine?"
But those are two totally different cereals.
Captain Crunch and Berry Crunch.
Oh, I thought you were gonna put. Oh no, okay, I misunderstood then about
Those
your
are the
Captain Crunch
same.
and Berry Crunch.
Yeah.
Then yes,
Because I was like,
that's
well,
fine.
since you said,
Yeah, then that's fine. That's fine.
yeah. But anyway, we already had that talk. We're off on a little rant now.
Okay.
This is what marriage looks like,
Oh
folks.
my gosh. Okay.
You just need to say yes, sir.
So,
That's not going to happen?
No.
Okay. I tried.
No. So mine is
Cocoa Pebbles.
Cocoa Pebbles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if it was
I
Cocoa
will tell
or Chocolate
you,
Pebbles.
I have never, nor will I ever, have Cocoa Pebbles.
Why?
I don't want any milk or any cereal that makes my milk
You
chocolatey.
get chocolate milk.
What was the other one with the Dracula one?
Count Chocula. That's on one of my...
What a disgusting cereal. Terrible. Yeah, I hate that cereal.
I love it.
I
I won't say I love it. I used to like it a lot.
Really?
Yeah. Because I like just the chocolate milk.
What are some cereals you did not like? Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Give me two more that you just did not like that a lot of people may have liked and thought was really good.
Frosted Flakes. Not Frosted Flakes. What were the Frosted Wheaties? Or, where they had like the
You talking about like mini frosted wheat?
Yes.
And they came out with the chocolate?
Not the chocolate. I was saying the wrong
you're
thing.
all over the chocolate.
No.
They did have a chocolate version.
I don't remember the chocolate version, but I'm talking about the mini.
But that was like a healthy cereal.
Are you talking like...
Let me pull up a picture and make sure we're talking about the same thing.
Frosted Mini Wheats.
Yeah, Frosted Mini Wheats. That's what they call it. Was that sugary?
Yeah, it had the sugar on top.
I never tried it because I thought it was too healthy.
But you ate Wheaties.
Well, yeah, Wheaties were good.
Frosted Mini Wheats because it had just like the Frosted Flakes on top.
I mean, they have the white sugary powdery guy.
Yeah.
Those?
That's the one. Mm-hmm.
You did not like those?
No.
Me neither. So we're on the same page there. And honestly, I think I tried them once or twice, and they just kind of broke apart and were kind of stringy.
And then you have all this little flakes in your cereal.
At the end, that you couldn't even drink your milk because it was,
terrible.
I agree. And by the way, that's, milk to cereal ratio is important because you don't want to just finish that last scoop with a little bit of milk. You need to have a good couple of gulps of milk left.
You have to be able to pick up your bowl and drink it up.
Yeah, that's the best. Being able to drink that milk that's kind of gotten that flavor of the cereal that you've been eating.
Yes.
So
that's why I like the chocolate one.
So Frosted Mini Wheats you didn't like. Give me one more.
Another one that I didn't like?
Was there one? Or you like pretty good? Maybe I'll name one. Here's a couple I didn't like.
Okay.
Corn Pops.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't a fan. I tried them because everybody liked them.
Yeah.
And the other one I didn't like, Trix.
I was not a Trix fan either. Mm-mm.
I didn't like the marshmallows in there.
Trix had marshmallows?
Yeah.
I thought that was...
Tricks are for kids. They had the Lucky Charm. Oh, no, that was Lucky Charms. I'm thinking about Lucky Charms. I did not like.
I didn't like... I didn't...
Tricks, I think I did like. I'm trying to remember now.
Tricks are like little round Fruit Loops, maybe, if you will. But
Fruit Loops
round.
I liked, and I did have that on my list.
But they were round. Tricks were round. And I would think they're very similar to Fruit Loops, just they're little round balls.
Okay. Oh, I do remember now. You're exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
It is Lucky Charms that I don't like.
Because of the marshmallows.
The marshmallows. I wasn't a fan.
I
didn't play well with milk.
I didn't mind the marshmallows. I didn't.
You like Lucky Charms?
It was okay. It was okay. One that here's one that I really didn't like too much was Apple Jacks.
I was just getting ready to say I did like those. Oh, Apple Jacks was good. Me and you are not seeing eye to eye on this at all.
Okay, so what else are we going to like?
Let's go to our honorable mentions.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you 3.
Okay.
And then I'll ring out 3.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Life.
Did you really?
I did. I loved it. And I think because it was, if Mikey likes it.
It got people to eat it.
Yep.
I mean, it looked healthy, so
Yep.
it didn't initially draw kids to it. I will tell you, older, it was one of the cereals our kids ate growing up.
Yep.
And I did like it then, but I will say as a kid, I never ate it.
Oh, I liked it.
Never ate Life.
I liked it. Mikey liked it. I liked it.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yep. And then another one, Cookie Crisp.
Man, I shouldn't have let you go first.
Yep. And then another one was, what were those, honeycombs?
Yeah, you got all mine.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Honeycomb, big. Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked honeycomb.
Yeah.
I thought those were really good.
Yep.
And then I really liked Cookie Crisp.
I loved it.
That was a tough one for me. Do I put it in my top 5 at number 5 and take out Cinnamon Toast Crunch? That was my battle there.
I would have.
Yeah, you would have. But the right decision, I think, was made. I started thinking about the experience, the flavor. The cookies, were so hard on that Cookie Crisp, and then they would get kind of soggy fast, which I didn't like. I felt like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch held up better in the milk for longer. I could enjoy it better. The flavors were different, but both really good. Mm-hmm. Ultimately I went with Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but Cookie Crisp was very, very close.
Yeah.
Very, very close.
I think that's why I like dunking my cookies in milk. I just like that. I think.
Really?
Yeah. Cookie Crisp. I liked it. And what I liked about Cookie Crisp, you could just get it out of the box and with a handful and just eat it like that.
Yeah, it was a good snack. Now, if you're just going to do that, that was a good snack. I don't disagree with you.
Versatile.
My other 2 were Apple Jacks, which you mentioned. I can't believe you didn't like Apple Jacks.
No.
That blows me away.
Yeah, no.
Because Apple Jacks is the bomb. I mean, it was very close to beating out Wheaties, but I just felt like Wheaties was, I don't want to say I put it in there because it was somewhat healthy, but I really liked Wheaties as a kid, but I think it was more the jock in me that I liked watching sports with, my grandfather and other friends and stuff. And you'd always see these sports people on the box, which kind of drew me to it. I think that's why ultimately I went with Wheaties, but Apple Jacks. I can't believe you didn't like Apple Jacks. Mm-mm. And then my last honorable mention was Fruit Loops. I do like Fruit Loops.
That was your honorable mention?
Yeah. You put it in your top 5.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I know, but you didn't put Cinnamon Toast Crunch, so.
I don't like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
You're wrong.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Completely
so
wrong.
Now, I guess maybe this one was a much later and that would be Honey Bunches of Oats.
That's a good one.
With almonds.
But again.
But I think that was a much older.
Not even child. It was an adult.
Yeah.
So that's curious. If you had to pick the top 3 cereals we eat today, that would be one of them.
That would definitely
Special K would be one of them. What would be the other one?
That's a good
Cheerios. I do like
Honey Nut
Cheerios.
Cheerios. Yes.
I liked regular Cheerios too. You just had to load it up with some sugar.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that Wheaties category.
Right. Which is why I think I would prefer the Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh, Honey Nut. Yeah, because it had the sugar on there.
It has the sugar on it.
I'm a little surprised neither one of us mentioned Cheerios.
That's right.
I felt like that was kind of a popular kids cereal. Am I wrong?
Well, I don't know because that was more. It was.
I mean,
just
it's
very
heart
plain.
healthy driven today. That
I don't even know when that came out. Cheerios, but do you remember Sugar Smacks?
Oh yeah, that was a popular one.
That was a popular one. That was another one. I just remembered that one. That was one that I liked as well.
Because now they have some crazy cereals like Reese's Puffs and different things, and doesn't interest me at all.
But it probably does kids.
I was at the grocery store and I took some pictures of the cereal aisle
Mm-hmm.
for reference and to just kind of remind me. And I'm looking at those now, but I don't see anything else that you mentioned. Life. It was on your list.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't see anything else. I do see the sugar smacks that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I see something. Oh, they have s'mores cookies now, or cereal. They have Oreo puffs for Oreos.
Oh gosh,
that's what I'm saying. Who would want that? I mean, I really feel like cereals today, just like the movies of today, have really nosedived. Sorry.
Yes.
I mean, when's the last new movie you saw?
It's been a while.
Not a remake. I'm just making fun.
Yeah.
Because cereals that they come out with today don't stand up at all to the classics.
Well, if you see, like, Life cereal is still out there, and it's been around for a long
all
time.
Of these that we mentioned are still out there.
That is true.
Every one of them. Is there a cereal you can think of that isn't out there anymore?
Honeycombs, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's still out there.
Still, really? You see, we don't go to the cereal aisle very much.
No, it's right here on my pictures. Yeah, I can't think of one that we enjoyed as a kid that...
Do they still sell the variety packs, like the little small variety packs? Because that was always
potato
fun.
Chips?
Yeah, because that was always fun to get, and you would try different cereals.
I got to say they do. I don't know that.
And I remember we would fight over the last, maybe Fruit Loops, because we all like the Fruit Loops or the Fruity Pebbles.
But you're talking about the honeycombs. I thought I saw those, but I'm not.
I don't think I've seen them.
But I am seeing the Wheaties with
fruit,
a tennis player, Coco Gauff on there. Yeah, see, I kind of want to go get a box. If it were baseball, football. Yeah, I don't see. And I took a picture of what I thought was most of the cereals in that aisle. But yeah. No honeycombs. That's a good one, Sandra. Mm-hmm. And I used to like that cereal a lot. Yeah. I can't believe it.
Remember they put the little ruler out and they put the little honeycomb right next to the ruler to show how big it was?
I will tell you a cereal that I like now to eat with milk that I never did as a kid until I got a little older and my grandmother would make it a mix during the holidays.
What is it?
Chex.
Chex Mix. I don't think I would like Chex Mix.
The corn Chex?
Yeah.
The wheat Chex I would not, but the corn Chex and rice Chex, when I've made the Chex Mix here for the holidays, and we have a little left, I'm like, make me a little bowl of cereal. I'm like, that's damn good cereal. How did I never eat this?
Did you put a lot of sugar?
No, but I don't put sugar anymore. I don't eat sugary cereal anymore. So I'm sure as a kid I would have been like, this is crap, but...
That's like the Rice Krispies. There's
no. Rice Krispies is really good. I don't have to put a lot of sugar in Rice Krispies. I know you said you do.
Oh, my gosh.
I gave you a hard time about that because it just didn't have enough sugar. But still, it was a good pick by you. It's good cereal.
I like Rice Krispies.
And the commercial, right? The three guys, the snap, crackle, and pop. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. And you put your ear by the cereal and you hear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we all did that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because you'd watch the commercial and you'd want that cereal. I mean, it was a marketing brilliance.
Genius.
Yeah. Because you would want that cereal so you could get home, pour it, and go, do I hear? I never heard the snap. I got a lot of crackle and pop. But did you ever hear the snap?
I don't think so.
I'm just kidding. Top 5 cereals.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun.
Yeah. I mean, we went through some. And I guess this is where my love of chocolate. I mean, I like chocolate and...
I'm just not a chocolate cereal guy. None of them ever interest me. Cookie Crisp never got chocolatey.
No.
So that's why I didn't mind that. Even though it looked like a little chocolate chip cookie, it never got chocolatey. But Cocoa Pebbles and Cocoa Puffs and
none of it.
Count Dracula, or what was it called? The
Cocoa, no, Count Chocula.
Count Chocula. Okay.
And then there was Frankenberry.
Well, Frankenberry's fine. What was Frankenberry?
It was like strawberries.
No, but for who? What cereal?
What do you mean?
It wasn't Captain Crunch. What was Frankenberry?
It was just Frankenberries. Kellogg's? I don't know.
Oh, it was just Frank. It wasn't an off one of another one.
No.
I remember
it was Count Chocula and Frankenberry.
I remember the name Frankenberry.
Mm-hmm. And it was like a little Frankenstein guy, Frankenberry.
I remember that. Yeah, now that you say that. But for whatever reason, I thought there was a secondary cereal. I thought it was something first, and that kind of broke off from it. But no,
I would say it was probably both Count Chocula and Frankenberry, all the same.
Oh, in that same family.
Yes.
Okay, I'm an idiot. I was not getting that. I was like, well, you went weird off to Frankenberry, but I forgot we were talking about Count Chocula.
I'm like, what?
Yeah. I'm an idiot. Here it is. Or maybe it's not. Oh.
And it only comes out certain times.
Now
it doesn't come out
that.
all. Yeah.
That's the that brings back memories.
Yeah, Frankenberry.
I don't think I ever tried this though. Did you?
I may have maybe once or twice, but again, I like the chocolate, so I went with the Count Chocula.
I'm very impressed that you remembered Frankenberry.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's impressive.
Yeah.
A lot of great cereals.
Oh my gosh.
When I rattle off the few of the new ones that are out, the Reese's, the Oreo,
they don't sound good.
And again, nothing creative, nothing new.
No.
Come on, people.
I know.
Give me something that I want to try.
Oh, do you remember Raisin Bran? I remember my parents would buy Raisin Bran.
Do I remember Raisin Bran? 2 scoops?
I did not like Raisin Bran when it first came out.
Nobody
now, as
did.
an adult, I would eat it.
Of
I would
course.
eat it. Or Total.
I mean, now we eat all those cereals and not the sugary ones. So, circle of life.
I know.
We eat what our parents eat.
I know.
Yeah. But now you've kind of got me in the mood to go buy what would be the box you would want? Cap'n Crunch?
No, it would no.
Fruity
It
Pebbles?
would be Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, or Fruit Loops.
That would be one of the 2 boxes you'd want.
But that's why I say I would like us to buy a variety pack. That way you can try the cereals that we used to eat.
Yeah, my problem with the variety pack is I need like 9 of those to make a bowl of cereal.
No,
you only need 1, but I need 9.
You don't need 9.
No, you don't need 9 to make 1 bowl of cereal. I mean, that's like...
like your bowl was like this big?
Yeah.
No.
It's like 1 box. You pour it in. I'm kidding. But you had to have a boy's bowl of cereal. Those little things, I swear, it's 2 spoons and you're done. It's not an ounce of cereal in those things.
And it's probably a good thing.
Oh my gosh, here she goes.
For kids nowadays, it's a good thing that they're...
You're going to tease them with a little bit of sugar and say, that's all you get?
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
That is tough. Yeah. Good cereals. You failed on a couple. You failed with Cinnamon Toast Crunch and you failed with Golden Grahams.
Well, I don't think so.
Do you not like Golden Grahams? Have you ever had Golden Grahams?
Yes, I have had Golden
And you
Grahams.
didn't like it?
I guess not. It didn't leave a lasting impression on me that I would even think of Golden Grahams. So let me ask you another question.
Yeah.
When we're on cereals,
Okay.
what about hot cereals? Was there anything that you liked, a hot cereal?
Oh, I didn't know they made hot cereals.
Like malto-meal or cream
Hell
of
no.
wheat or oatmeal?
Hell no.
What?
You didn't eat that, did you?
Yes, I did.
You liked it?
Loved it.
You poured sugar and honey
Well,
and
let me tell
cinnamon
you.
and brown
Oatmeal?
sugar?
No, I didn't. I did put some butter and some sugar in it. Of course,
Cinnamon?
you gotta. No, I never did cinnamon when I was
Really?
younger. Yeah. Now as an adult, I'll do some cinnamon, and it. So yes, oatmeal, loved it. What I would do sometimes with my cream of wheat, which is I think how my mom got me to eat it. You remember the powdered chocolate mix that you would put in your milk, and it was the powdered.
Yeah.
What was that? Quick?
Yeah, the quick. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, and they had a strawberry one.
Oh,
To get
yeah, I remember that.
milk,
Mhm.
the quick. We would put a little bit of that quick in the cream of wheat and make it all pink or
Really?
strawberry. And I think that was in place of putting sugar, a lot of sugar and butter. And I remember eating that as a kid, the cream of wheat with the quick, strawberry quick.
It was called Nestle Quick.
Nestle Quick.
Nesquik.
Nesquik.
Yeah, I had to remember that because you are exactly right. I forgot about that mix.
Yep. And we
that
would
was-
do that on the cream of wheat when I was younger to make it taste good, I guess. And it was good, and I would eat that. But one hot cereal I didn't have was, that's it.
Yep.
Was malto meal. I never had malto meal.
Okay, we're getting way down the road.
But you didn't eat any of that?
No. Why would a kid eat malto meal or...
I don't know.
Or what was the other one?
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal? I mean...
And cream of wheat.
Nobody ate that.
I did.
Only if their parents made them, not because...
I liked it. Even now I would eat cream of wheat or oatmeal.
I really wish you wouldn't have said that out loud.
Oatmeal is good for you.
No, eating it now is fine. I've eaten oatmeal, in our older... We're not that old, but older years. I would never want that as a kid.
I loved it. Maybe you didn't have it made well for you.
I just didn't like, but I was a picky eater.
Well, there you go.
I mean, you know how picky I was until my 40s. Not that late. My 20s. So, anyway, fun conversation just talking about top 5 cereals of all time. Few honorable mentions. I think it's clear my list wins. I'd be curious to see if anybody. Let's go over this again. Give me your top 5.
Okay,
read them to everybody so they'll know 5 to 1.
5 to 1. Rice Krispies.
Okay.
Frosted Flakes.
Okay.
Captain Crunch.
Okay.
Fruit Loops.
All right.
And Cocoa Pebbles.
And Cocoa Pebbles. Okay. I'm going 5 Cinnamon Toast Crunch, 4 Wheaties, 3 Golden Grams, 2 Captain Crunch, 1 Fruity Pebbles. If you'd like to reach out to us, please do on social media. At Food Whiskey on Twitter. Bottles and Bites, we have a Facebook page, a group that you can join. You can also find us on Instagram under Bottles and Bites. And I think that's it. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. That's where we are. And our website, bottlesandbiteswithoutborders.com.
And this is part of our bites.
This is part of our bites. So we would love for folks to give us some feedback on Sandra's list or Rob's list. And, don't just be nice because she's a girl. I don't think so. I think I'm going to pull this one out without a doubt. I really do. Did you have fun doing that?
Yeah.
Will you want to join for some more top 5s?
Possibly. Yeah.
Top 5 cartoons to watch on a Saturday morning between the ages of 6 and 11?
Yeah, I'd have to go back and see what cartoons were on.
Maybe that show will be coming up. We shall see. Well, thanks everybody for listening to this episode of Bottles and Bites Without Borders. And until our next episode, enjoy that next bite.